I don't know. I don't know how it ended up. I don't know what it was. It was that I think it was the Zinga interview or something. Someone clipped some part of it and then didn't get like the full story, and then I don't know, it sort of got to him in a different way. But any interview that I ever spoke about him or anything, I always say the same thing. It's like he's the guy, like he's the one that started this whole thing. So I've never disrespected him. I think just things have changed now. You know, he's not my DJ anymore. I work with Double D. But yeah, it's always been like that though. I think even if you look back in time in terms of like SA hip-hop, like KZN has always been um, the swaggiest, you know, the coolest, you know what I mean? And you know, it's still the same. I don't think anything has changed. Even like the kids that are coming up, most of the dopest ones are from KZN. Um, yeah, the only downfall about that thing is just like in Durban, there's nothing going on in there. You know, that's why everyone got to come out here and, you know, represent. But it's like, what's going on in there? It's also dope to be part of, you know, the Sprite Limelight campaign. You know, they had Casper last year. This year they did it with like more people all over the world. You know, there's different artists involved, and it's dope to be considered, you know, in that sort of caliber. You know, yeah.
Congratulations on the baby, yeah. You know,
Sure.
how's fatherhood treating you?
It's different. It's different. I was thinking this morning when we got here, I was like, yo, I'm literally always gonna be tired. That means, cause it's like. I'm always gonna be tired. Yesterday I was in studio until like I don't know what time. Hey, get back, mo figure la pana, you have to make sure good to you, you're taking care. Also, with my partner, my fiance, I have to make sure she's also happy and, you know, cool, whatever she's doing. So it's like, ish, Muntu is like always gonna be tired. I don't even know to when.
Yo, welcome to the first episode of the Green Room. Game recognized game. I got my guest, Blxckie. Of course.
Yes, sir.
Could you just show your green hair
Hey, she is in the green room with the green hair and the green chain.
It's only
Game
right.
recognized game.
It's only right. Game recognized game. Let's get it. A little deep.
Why? Why?
Is this? Did you pinch yourself and say, "Is this me?"
Oh,
I'm out there in this big billboard. I literally took a picture of this, and being drive, and I was like, I just want to post it on my thing. It's just so cool.
which one is this one?
It's so cool.
Yeah, that's the one day by
Bram.
Newtown Vibes.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool. It's just
crazy.
so cool. As in John Jalapian and your driver, you know? It's crazy. And then I was watching an interview and I was saying, wow, it's incredible.
It's a long way, yeah?
When I was deep.
Ish. I try not to think about it. I feel like, if I think about it, I'm gonna take myself into like a loop, and I don't wanna hurt my mental like that, you know? So I try not to think about a lot of things, you know what I mean? Like, I try to just live in it and then get past it.
Yeah.
Maybe one day when I'm like, you know, chilling, I'll be like, yo, all of that actually happened, you know? But I try not to. I feel like I'm not weak mentally, but I feel like I can't handle like thinking about the place that I'm at right now too much. It's not what I do. I'd rather just work and see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the biggest thing that you always did was create the videos where you start the songs. I mean, this was really your come up. You know?
Yeah.
How important is that for you to still like pop up on your Instagram, start a song, start a melody, play a song? How important is that like today?
I feel it is. It's still super important. I feel like that stuff never gets old. You know what I mean? The reason why we even watch like these old documentaries is to figure out like where was the starting point. You know what I mean? So if I can do that on the go, like on an Instagram live, it like makes it way cooler, and the lives get saved. You know, so one day I maybe put all that into like a documentary or whatever. So yeah, it's dope. Also, just because the way that I learned um, to interact with fans and stuff like that is different from, I feel like, the old days. Because I feel like in the old days, when you become like a megastar or whatever, you become like super separated from like your core, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that's the way I learned. The way I learned is like you stick with them, you know. I've had WhatsApp groups, I've had Telegram groups, um I have a broadcast channel now on Instagram, and I feel like if you were there in the beginning, like you can follow the story all the way to now, you
Yeah.
know, and you still reap the benefits, you know. So if there's anything like that for me, right, and especially like, you know, the stuff like Discord now, this Kick, if there's any platform like that where I know that there's people that came from the bottom and they're there with me now, then I'm able to give them like, you know, exclusive joints or like, you know, tickets to the next show. I can speak to them personally, even sometimes, you know. So yeah, I feel like that I'm never gonna lose that sort of thing, like showing people from zero to where it is now.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense because I see that like the new artists with as in you like the new artists with the Vodacom deal, which is like creating that kind of
For sure.
content for your community.
Yeah, that was a dope one for me. Um, Especially because, you know, the content is all about me. Like I not directed, you know, but like it's basically what I've been doing on Instagram Live and whatever else on Instagram, but then just better package, just better quality, you know, using better cameras and stuff like that. Way more personal because I get to speak to about doing as you get to, you know, you subscribe to this thing, so you really want to see what goes on behind the scenes. So yeah, that's a dope platform.
You literally have had the chance to travel the world, you know, tour with artists like Bass and everything else. What have you taken now, considering that you've built a community that you are growing with, but then and you travel the world? What have you taken from everyone or every environment that you've been in and said, you know what, I need to add this as part of my itinerary?
Mhm. I think the main thing is focusing on your own production, that being, you know, music videos, shows, um, just photos or whatever, just making sure Gucci, anything that you involved in is directly aligned to like your beliefs or whatever you came up speaking about or thinking about. No matter how far you get, no one can like have a big say in Gucci, okay, this is what I want my stage to look like, this is what I want my sound to feel like, you know. Um, I feel like that's what I take the most from traveling, especially on tour with Baz. That's what I took from it. It's like although like he's this big artist and people love him and stuff like that, the show and the stuff that he believes in is always intact. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
mm,
So with me personally, I think that would be mostly the shows, cause like it's cool, you know, doing collabs and traveling 9 provinces and doing, you know, these different events and stuff like that. That's dope. But I feel like that's like a foundation for you to learn about doing shows, and then you're able to do shows where it's your own thing, and the people that are there for you specifically. You know what I mean? It's not cool getting on stage and then half the people are like, whatever, and then you know the other
came
half,
for the
you
drinks.
know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's dope when it's your own thing, and it's like, yo, everyone is here to bump the music, even songs that you didn't really think. Um, Sounds that wouldn't work if you were at a random festival. I'm gonna go crazy when people are there for you because they listen to your stuff, you know, all the albums, your whole catalog, they know it. So it's way more enjoyable. I think that's the end goal is to enjoy every part of this experience of making music, you know.
Yeah. So we do see a one man show soon.
Yeah. I'm
You were
gonna.
working on it. You did start announcing
Yeah,
it
yeah,
last
yeah.
year.
I started announcing it last year around this time even. But I just signed, you know, so there's like different priorities that I had to take care of this year, that didn't allow me to fully engage in that type of show. You know, I feel like it needs like full attention,
Mm.
a lot of planning and stuff like that. But soon though, I do my own shows, you know, the Samyama show, but that one is more, obviously it's a special set, but like, you know, I do bring like some friends along, some talented people to pull up and, but the one that, yeah, the one that I was planning was more about me and more like, you know, nice long ass set, you know, production crazy, but we're gonna work it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That one has even got an English name. Le
Yeah.
amajitu somnyama.
Yeah, that was the blackout. Yeah, we're gonna do blackout.
Do you envision right now, because you're also one of the few artists that has the international exposure, but do you envision a world where um, you have an artist like yourself, you have a Tyler, and you guys just doing touring to, like in the world, you know, with African artists in that way? I
Mm.
mean, I know my piano artists, they do it a lot, but do you envision you guys who actually have relationships with international companies actually coming together, or you are in two different worlds?
Oh, like doing like a tour where it's like South African artists taking over
Yeah,
different. Oh
because
yeah, I mean,
I'm like the guys about Wiggly TV about, oh no, yeah, basically generations abone karabo. Bese kwavele advert yerama. Anginabangani baba bese. So I'm that guy now, you know.
I mean, yeah, that's a dope vibe. I don't think we that far apart. I feel like the music industry in SA is small compared to, you know, around the world. So yeah, a lot of us know each other. You know, I know Tyler, like before she blew up, we used to speak a lot on music and like, you know, supposed to work on a joint and then she obviously did what she did.
Dashed.
You know what I mean? I've met Black Coffee also, you know, we spoke about, you know, music or whatever. So I don't think we're that far apart in the sense that like there's never a world in which like we can be together and do stuff. But you know, obviously there's levels to everything, and you know it can't just happen spontaneously like that. But yeah, I don't think it's like impossible. I feel like it's something that could happen as long as everyone is on the same page. But yeah. I feel like we connected in some way, especially now with the piano and how it's brought everyone together and put everyone on their level also, you know, because when you're looking at it from the outside and you're like, yo, maybe I need to go harder on this hip hop thing, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
In fact, how has that? What has that done? Just seeing all the other Tyler, piano, everything. When you start getting into your creative process, how have you started thinking versus when it wasn't like this?
Mm.
Because it's different. Black Coffee could be like, he's an OG, you know, but Tyler's like, yo, intanga yami. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, it puts everyone on their level because it's like, I mean, we do know that, you know, there's a machine behind it and obviously a lot of people helping her and supporting her, but like at the end of the day, it's her in the studio recording, you know, it's her in the music videos, looking how she looks and like dancing how she dances. So it's like, okay, now how do I translate that into what I'm doing? And the only way is just to level up. You know, you just need to make sure that you lock in. Before, obviously, you'd be like, vele fethu ngikrendi. Angisagcwele ngami,
Yeah,
mzansi bagcwele ngami, I
yeah,
can make
yeah.
music, whatever. But now it's like there's actual intention behind it, intention behind being the greatest at what you're doing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Polishing it up, making sure that it appeals to the masses for sure, but then it's also like, you know, it's the best thing that you can produce because that's what the people want, man.
Yeah.
They don't want you to, they don't want any, you know, low par things or they want you to be at the highest level. And then that's when I don't know, that's when things change. That's when people start looking at you from outside of SA and stuff like that. So I think that's what it did for me personally. It's just like, you know.
You know, there's that unsettling thought when you start seeing your peers and, like you say, talent dances, then you have a million thoughts of what should I do? I'm curious, did you ever think that, come in a million what were some of the things that you thought of that you're
Nah.
like, when it happens to everybody, you go, this person's doing this, but like they doing it, and that's this thing on. Should I do that? You know?
Mm. I think for me, I was like, I should have been some shit, man, you know? Bese mengithola abantu abazoyibona lento le engiyibona nami Yeah, bafake i-energy, le energy ngiyifakayo nabo bayifake, you know what I mean? I feel like that's what I saw the most from her or anyone that's doing it big out of Africa internationally. It's like, yo, you need as many people as possible that believe in this thing as much as you do.
uh, I, wa- I was watching our interview. I was saying this, telling you, this was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Is You're at my place, and I said, at that time, I said everybody either wants to be Blxckie, be like Blxckie, or be Blxckie.
Mm.
You know, it feels like it feels like it was a bit premature, and I know that and look, you don't have to. I'm not engaging this asking this question because it is whatever. But for me, you've always given Pepper like the respect in from me. That's what I've always seen, right? Um, when when it's someone that was that close, that has actually also been instrumental in your growth in your career, emotionally, how does how do you feel about like how things have turned out?
I mean, there's not much to it, really. You know what I mean? Especially between me and him personally. I don't want to say there was any miscommunication, but I've always respected Pepper and appreciated him for what he did. Because when we landed here with Leo, he was the first guy. Well, not the first guy, but he was one of the guys to be like, "Yo, let me take you from where you are right now and put you in a different position." You know what I mean? And that was super like instrumental,
Mm.
with like the come up and everything. Because without him, there's no big time slapper, there's no Dase, there's no Blxckie moving from where were we? Pretoria, well, more like Centurion to Midrand and staying with Lucas and making all that music because he was the one that literally picked us up with his whip, put our bags in his car, drove there. Then I've pretty much been there like ever since. Um, but then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it ended up. I don't know what it was. It was that I think it was the Zinga interview or something. Someone clipped some part of it and then didn't get like the full story. And then I don't know, it sort of got to him in a different way. But any interview that I ever spoke about him or anything, I always say the same things. Like he's the guy. Like he's the one that started this whole thing. So I've never disrespected him. I think just yeah, things have changed now. He's not my DJ anymore. I work with Double D. But yeah, I still have his number. We don't really talk, but
Yeah. But I mean, so all the I mean, use the word turmoil on social media is just you guys can't pick up the phone and just say, yo, bro,
yeah. I
this. I
mean, we
mean, have you? I
can.
mean, you could say it on an interview. Yeah, he's been. But have you said, "Yo, bro, I know what you've done for me. This is, you know what I mean?"
Nah, I mean, I haven't done that because then I feel like he knows, and it's also like picking up the phone makes it feel like there's an issue, and
Okay.
it's like there's no real issue. If there was, then I would have been like, "Yo, dog, what's actually?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't wanna make it that deep. It's just he's chilling, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's crazy for me because this is I don't know. I've always seen you as a super passive guy, so
Mm-mm.
um like things like it's almost unbelievable when I hear, okay, cool. Then you get a new generation of acts that come up, and there's that thing with yourself and Usimamane. But like I don't even know what was happening. For me, it was like I couldn't even because I'm like, I don't know how Blxckie. I had never met Usimamane by then, but obviously you kind of go, did Blxckie this? What's going? It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah, yeah,
sound like you. You know what I mean?
for sure.
But I mean, even that, is that another misconstrued thing, a miscommunication?
Yeah, I mean, you see, that one is more the fan bases, different
Uh
fans trying to make it a thing. But was it a thing? I mean, by now it's like, dog, it's whatever. I feel like that's how I treat like most of the stuff that happens, especially on social media. Like if you're not gonna call someone from the team or or call me personally, then there's obviously nothing going on. It's just on your phone. You know, I can put down my phone whenever and just get in studio and work. Like it's never an issue. You know, but yeah, there was that thing that happened. I did explain it. Yeah, it's
Do you feel
whatever.
that the crown is heavy at the top?
Ah, Doug. At the top, I can't say there's a lot of us at the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And there's a lot of work that needs to be done to like get further than that. I feel like that's how I feel. Like it's not like hip hop is in a weird space,
mm,
and it's weird for us to be going at each other, whereas you're looking at your close friends like piano niggas and even house niggas going crazy. And it's like, dog, we still here. Like, there's no need to be doing all of this. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, it gets a bit spooky a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah. It sounds like I think that hip hop is just constantly is just so competitive that even when we shouldn't be competing.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there's also that also. It's like the culture of just like, you know, when you're coming up, person that's up there, you need to make sure that you're better than them or like, however you want to portray that you're better than them, then that's your thing. And then it ends up becoming beef.
The hip hop fan actually is like
Yeah, they're
the
excited.
hip hop fan is like a Mike Tyson and Paul. I was supposed to say Paul Walker. The hip hop fan is like a Mike Tyson.
What's his name? Jake.
Yeah, yeah, you know that guy. I just know the black guys. You know, I know the blackies. You know, you know, like the hip hop fan for me is resilient and gets excited and
Mm,
literally wants to always see the live stream of the confrontation.
for sure.
While the music fan and the other genre fan, they just want like a night of great music. So they're not there for the
Yeah,
action.
yeah.
You know, that's another thing. You know, it's almost like our genre is rigged that even when we try grow and like, you can go, Tony, Smamani, Nasty, everything. We all from those. Like it makes sense that we work together.
For
But the
sure.
hip hop fan is constantly saying, nah, y'all are boring. You know what I mean? But the
Yeah.
house guys, the piano guys, they don't get that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because there's no need, bro. And it's also,
They fans don't do that to them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And like the core of just like dance music, there's no attitude or ego in it. You know what I mean? And hip hop is like that's what gets you further, like your confidence and your attitude and the way you deliver those lines and the way you get on stage and make sure people believe those lines and stuff. So it's like there's bound to be conflicts in some way.
I guess even some of the lines that a hip hop person says when they go to the fan gets it back and goes, yeah, yeah, we gonna do that, and then
Yeah.
and then the fan literally like and then the fan needs someone else who who's their friend who's a fan of another artist, but
There's
that
like,
artist is
yeah.
going, no, we gonna be soft, and they're like, no,
Yeah.
we hard, So the fans for me
It's
are
hectic.
look, if the fans never liked it, would we do it?
That's a good question. But then also at the same time now it's like it's a whole different ball game with the internet. Now there's like different things to debate about. Now people want to talk about numbers and like charts and it's like, what are you actually there for? You're not looking at numbers when you're there at, Cotton Fest or whatever, watching some kid perform. You're not like, oh, where's he on the charts? You know what I mean? So it's different
Sure.
now,
It's like we're not feeling the music anymore because we're so locked in the conversations,
for
right?
sure.
Jeez, like,
But they're necessary. Some of them are very necessary. Some conversations.
but then we mustn't forget making great music
Yeah, for
because
sure.
you see, all the guys who make other genres, they always are doing it for the people who love music. I mean, you can't be a DJ without loving music.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta
For
literally
sure.
go, you know. But the thing about it, another thing that hip hop does, hip hop trains us to just like fuck with ourselves only. I ain't listening to anything. Like
Yeah.
that little Wayne attitude, I ain't listening to anything else. I ain't listening to that. But then how you gonna love everybody
Yeah.
else? You know what I mean?
For sure. For sure.
Man, fuck hip hop.
Well, there's elements of it for
Yeah,
sure.
this because this is the element that's actually, in my view, um, like that keeps on pulling us down.
Yeah.
It's the crab that keeps pulling us down as soon as we just about to get over.
Mm.
And you know, the thing about it is that in America, it's supported by big
Yeah,
company.
yeah, yeah.
In
Yeah.
South
They with
Africa,
it
it's not supported by big company.
for sure.
So big company can play Kendrick, play Drake, make money out of, make videos, give them the you know, do everything, put them, then next thing they're on NFL or do whatever the case.
Yeah.
Big America can do that. Big money can do that. With us, you got Duncan, Big Zulu, and then it ends up in
Then it's over.
there's no one
Cause then they
putting.
can just push that whole, okay, you guys are still doing that, all right, let's focus on, yeah, 40
Yeah,
just
yeah.
did this, Gaza just did this, this Z doing this, Youngstein is doing this, like, yo, dog.
You know,
So what's the point?
there's no Hollywood bit saying, yo, we're gonna literally have Pirates and Chiefs, Duncan and Zwaka, and they literally do a big billboard campaign for it. They literally get branding and they run a whole social media campaign and they attach. That's why it works in America
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's got big capital support. With us, it doesn't. And then it's weird. I mean, Kendrick and Drake clearly they don't like each other, but then these guys can battle. But later on, they're cool with each other. But we really end up like having real
Yeah,
issues
yeah,
with each
yeah, like
other
long-term things.
because no one benefited from it. And if they did, it was just for a moment. It's just trending that week, but it's not monetary.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's
That's a
crazy.
crazy way to look at it.
Yeah, because then the guy you really have this thing against this
Yeah,
guy.
cause it's like, dog, I did all that and nothing even. I'm still here. Like I'm not further than what I was before. Yeah, that's a weird one.
Because you can imagine now, it doesn't matter what you say about Kendrick, Drake, like there's they could still see the results of that.
Mm.
You know, Kendrick still gets like he's the top artist of the year on Apple
Yeah,
Music.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
so you see industry business is supported, multi-billion industry is supporting this culture.
For sure.
Thina siyashayina so see masesithathele sithi mfana ngicela nami ngilambile nawe ulambile nawe it's whack, bro, you know. But how important is it though, just even for KZN and just to get together, or I mean, I'm not saying you're not together. In fact, I think KZN to a certain extent is strongly connected. But as a leader, you know, because you are a leader now, you know, what are your thoughts on just like the city and the impact that it has right now?
Yeah, I feel like we're in a good space. It's always been like that though. I think even if you look back in time in terms of like SA hip hop, like KZN has always been um the swaggiest, the coolest, you know what I mean? And it's still the same. I don't think anything has changed. Even like the kids that are coming up, most of the dopest ones are from KZN. Um, yeah, the only downfall about that thing is just like in Durban, there's nothing going on in there. That's why everyone got to come out here and represent. But it's like, what's going on in there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, um, 3 years ago when you were at my house, I said you were gonna be a superstar, right? And we did talk about the battles, the tensions, and we said, and I said, you know, don't get caught up in the mess, because you're gonna be a superstar. You don't need that, you know. And you even said to me, I asked, would you be the guy that fights a guy that literally gets somebody to, you know,
Yeah.
and you said you don't even remember the last time you fought. And I said, oh,
Yeah.
would you pray for a guy? And you said you'd go pray for the guy. So I just want to remind you that
Yeah.
even if the crown is heavy,
Mm.
pray for those. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
forget the
I'm
prayer.
glad. I'm glad I didn't say anything I didn't stick to, cause I'm not. I'm still like, I do my
Yeah.
own thing, bro. I don't. Not worried about the next guy as much as people think, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, I also see a great sort of chemistry and brotherhood with yourself and Reese. What's that relationship like? I mean, is it what it looks like?
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Obviously we met like around, I think it was late 2021 or early 2022. Some interview, met him. We hadn't spoken before then, and there wasn't any like real interaction like online even. And I was like, yo, Doug, we should work on some music. He's like, yeah, yeah, for sure. Then we split from then. Then we did Sneaky. That was the first joint, just like on the, I think it was a deluxe of For Love. Yeah, and then from then on, it's just been love for sure. Uh, Jay Jody and them, cool with them too. You know what I mean? The younger brother, ish, ngakhohlwa igama like,
Just say the surname. Just say,
ish.
you know the, just say,
Yeah, you know the brothers, man. You know the brothers, but I'm gonna remember the name. But yeah,
I
we
love
just
the
we
fact
just
that they
been
all rapping. That's crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's wild, and they all putting each other on in their projects and stuff like that. But yeah, we've just been cool with Reese. I don't think we've ever. Oh yeah, we have. When I was in Cape Town, um, for the Somnyama show, I was there. I did a little camp, just make some music, and then he was also part of the show, and he pulled up like I think a day or two before the show, and then that's when we actually sat down and had like real conversations. Because before that, even the time we met, it was like a quick thing. Every time we see each other at shows, do the song or whatever. And I was like, damn, when are we actually gonna be in studio together or like just sit down and speak? And then yeah, that was the one of those opportunities. And then yeah, he doesn't really speak on WhatsApp or on text. Nah, he's not that type of
Yeah, yeah,
guy.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And then yeah, obviously, our partners also became friends. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then yeah, it just became like a thing of like, we super close now. We work, send him stuff, he sends stuff. He works with Clan also. Yeah, man, it's a dope vibe.
Yeah, yeah,
Very much music forward though, for sure.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You basically got your brother from the medical world, to come working with you. Your sister is studying to be a lawyer. How's that going? Are you
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
recruit her to represent you too? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I probably. It's always dope to keep it in the family. Like as I said earlier on, like as long as people believe in something as much as you do, it's always dope to have them close to you. So yeah, maybe. But she's still busy. How many years she got now? Like maybe a year or two. Yeah, she's a good thought.
I'm sure mshanga uzuthola kanjani umsebenzi mufethu. Angazi. Uzoyifunda kanjani le contract ye-Def Jam mawuloko phela.
Crazy.
Tell me about this, Suran Joburg.
Hey, Staran Jozi.
You met me at an event and you're like, yo, so tell me the way what you told me when we met that day. You know what I mean?
No, I was saying like, yo, this is a very special piece. Obviously I'm from Durban, and there's no real reason for me to have this, because it's a Run JHB chain. But then I'm very close with Shakes. I don't know what he does at Legends, but I don't know, marketing or something.
Marketing.
Yeah. And then he was like, yo, I have this piece from '09, Rick used to rock it and stuff like that. I feel like, if you put it on, it's gonna be a dope moment. Because obviously they also like, they like Zulu
Yeah, yeah,
people, you know
yeah.
what I mean? They also have a lot of love for Durban. So I was like, yo, Doug, yeah, let me get it, let me clean it up and put it on, man. I'll see what I can do with it. And yeah, that's how it came about. And I'm like super proud to be part of SA hip hop history and then be able to wear something that's like,
From a
you know,
historic, an icon.
for sure.
That's incredible. That is special because I even think maybe the last song that Ricky did, that I guess when that came out while he was also Alive was a song that you were on, you know what I
Mm.
mean? Which became a huge
Yeah, that
hit.
sounds crazy even now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It became a huge hit. And I would see you perform it, and I'd ask myself, I wonder why you don't. This was the early days. I said, I wonder why you don't. You know, we'd go R.I.P. Flabber, or just throw some. I said, I wonder why you don't kind of shout him out or whatever
Yeah,
the
yeah,
case be. Um, and I just, well, maybe also we all take loss in a different way.
for sure.
You know, so but all the time I saw you performing it, I'd always like, oh, I wonder why. But when you showed me this, I was like, okay, I mean, you were so excited about it because it came from Ricky,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So um, it kind of felt like you know what it means, you know what he meant, you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
for sure. Down, yeah, that's a wild one.
Yeah, you don't think
Um,
about it in your sets, yeah.
yeah,
I'm sure you've done it maybe.
yeah. I mean, in the first, yeah, when it first came out, around that time, obviously performing with Venom, who was super close to Ricky. You know what I mean? He used to be the person that really does that sort of thing and be like, yo, this is a moment. Let's take control of it and make sure we show respect. You know what I mean? But yeah, with me, the way that I show respect is obviously that like it's a song that's now like a solidified part of the set. You know what I mean? Like it's not going anywhere. It is what it is. And we always gonna be thankful for um he was one of the people that really pushed the joint to come out, pushed the joint to become what it is right now. So, I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, other than that, I don't know. I don't think I take loss in like a cool way. As I said, like I don't know, my mental's weird. I don't really, you know,
You
try to
don't
think
like getting
about.
dick. You don't
Yeah, I don't
like,
like
yeah.
getting
You don't want to
getting
be consumed, right?
for sure. But yeah, man, it is what it is, and we work through it day by day.
Um, Also, there's the evolution of your drip. You're just gotten
Evolution of your
earrings.
drip.
You got earrings. You got green grills. I see that you also on the GQ Man of the Year's People
Yeah,
Choice.
yeah.
Describe your fashion.
It's definitely very much evolved, from the from the younger days. Obviously when you grow in the industry, start making a little bit of something, your palette starts to change a little bit. Also when you travel, you start seeing things. I'm like, oh, maybe this is the lane I'm trying to go into. So I'm not really a fashion guy like that, as much as like, other people in the hip hop space that have sort of immersed themselves into fashion. I haven't really done that, but you know, it changed for sure. It evolved a lot. I try, when I go out of the country to like get a piece or two, just so you need that variety. And yeah, man, it's been cool. It's been cool to play around with it. Never thought it would be something. Obviously, I mean, we do like the merch and stuff like
Yeah,
that, but
yeah, yeah.
I'm looking into like doing like crazier stuff, for the people, um, in terms of clothing.
So basically, you get stuff and you go to different places. So when you go into your wardrobe, you go, damn, boy. Foreign exchange. Change. I gotta foreign market. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's that's a line. I should have used that for my rhymes.
Ish. Hey, but then yeah, I was seeing on the who was that guy? Paul. I don't believe in you, Slick. I was climbing. I'm like, these guys, they don't see my point.
These guys, I'm a multi-award-winning artist. What I gotta do?
You guys don't tell my cheat, dog.
But you know what? Ngizobalaya, ngizorapper futhi.
Shout out though. Shout out to Paul.
But I will pour you a fool. You know what I mean? You know, also the Sprite deal was meant a lot to you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just being able to clinch that. What was that feeling like? You know, I mean, obviously, I know you don't like to like linger into like, okay, this is what's happening, but just to know that, like, yo, I've gotten here. What did that mean for you?
Um, I feel like it was crazy that it happened around the same time of the signing. I was traveling a lot at the time. I knew there were talks of it. Every time I come back to SA, do the meetings with my manager, she'd be like, "Yeah, it's on the table. If you want to do it, you know, let's get into it." I was like, "Oh yeah, let's do it then. Let's see how it's gonna work." And travel more. When I get out of the country, the people that are taking care of me, maybe in the US, and like, "Oh yeah, shout out for the Sprite deal." I'm like, "Dog, I haven't. It's not even done yet." But like, you guys are making this seem like it's gonna be crazy. So, oh yeah. And then, yeah, then the ball started rolling. I'm starting to see like the vision of it. Gucci, they want to take me back to Durban to do the video, the whole concept of staying cool through the heat. And like, I have to make a song where, I speak about that in like my own way. The talk of like the billboard and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay, this is one of those things,
Yeah.
and I haven't really done anything of this magnitude before. So yeah, it was just like a dope moment for me. Even now, obviously we on all the cans and all the bottles and stuff like that.
Shout out to Young Stunner.
Shout out to Stutter Man.
Stunner's a fool.
Shout out, But yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Obviously, it's also dope to be part of the Sprite Limelight campaign. They had Casper last year. This year they did it with like more people um all over the world. There's different artists involved, and it's dope to be considered. In that sort of caliber. Yeah.
And it's great, man. That's why I say shout out to Stunner. It's just, and I love that. I don't know if that was planned, but I love that it was captured. But when your peers celebrated
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
for
That's
sure.
Stunner's a fool, you know?
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Oh, another thing also, congratulations on the baby, yeah? You
For
know,
sure.
how's fatherhood treating you?
It's different. It's different. I was thinking this morning when we got here, I was like, yo, I'm literally always gonna be tired. That means, cause it's like I'm always gonna be tired. Yesterday I was in studio until like I don't know what time. Hey, get back, mo figure la pana, yabo ngana ilele, you have to make sure good to you, you're taking care. Also, with my partner, my fiance, I have to make sure she's also happy and, cool, whatever she's doing. So it's like, ish, Muntu is like always gonna be tired. I don't even know to when, but
how
Muntu
how old
is
how,
gonna
how,
be
how old is
tired.
how old is your baby
She
now?
just 4 months, just past 4 months.
Okay, yeah. I mean, she'll yeah, 2.5 years.
I'll be tired for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah, 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 yeah. She'll finally get him to a sleeping pattern,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I know, but you know, it's another, it's another mission, it's another responsibility that I gotta take care of, and it's like, I'm happy to do it, and there's zero complaints. It's a blessing.
What's the new thing that you never thought you'd think of after you got your baby?
Never thought I'd think of. Nah, I feel like a lot of it I already had it in mind. Yeah, nah, I feel like a lot of it, like I already knew. It's okay, once this happens after, and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So not even like, oh, this relationship is forever.
Nah, I already knew that. I already knew that. Like,
That's a test whether you're gonna run or not, you
nah,
know?
I haven't been in a relationship this long. Even but like when we like compared like a year, I was like, this is it. Like I can't, like a year's worth of emotions and a year's worth of utando and all that stuff. Like now I can't really turn back on this. That's why when people would be like, yo, I got, it's been 6 years in this relationship, but then we just broke. I'm like, yo, that's wild, dog. Like that means almost for nothing. So I like, nah, this is what I'm doing. This is how it's gonna go on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's crazy. And I guess this is I don't know, are we expecting like because you had a birthday song? We're probably gonna get a Father's Day
Yo,
song.
yeah,
Are we gonna get a
that
Father's
one was
Day
wild.
song? You know,
Cause it's like, cause she's been here, it's been 4 months, but there's no lyric where I'm like speaking about her like that. I don't know if I'm capable.
ba 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 ba. Just play around with the ba 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 ba. Something is gonna come. Ba ba Blxckie. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
It's wild. I haven't really thought about what's a kid singing on my mind about like my kid and like I haven't really thought about it. But I know there's gonna be a time and I'm like, ish, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because obviously I'm all the songs, all the arts is like it's a it's mirroring like in being a pillar.
yeah,
So
yeah.
at some point or another, it's gonna come out.
What's the one thing that you say that's me?
What you mean?
Like babies, like show you a mirror of yourself, and you go, yeah.
Oh, she likes to sleep with like her arm like out like this. That's what I always sleep like that.
Isn't it crazy that like you don't, isn't it crazy that like something like that is passed on? There's probably someone in your family who's older than you who
Yeah.
also like nje nilala all the time, like nje, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's wild, yeah.
The question, I mean, that I want to ask is today the Blxckie business is dot 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 dot.
Today, blanket business is in transition for sure. Transition from being, some Nyama from Durban that's doing what he does in SA to like Blxckie, you know what I mean? The big brand, outside of South Africa, outside of Africa, making sure I'm solidified.
So I mean, you used to tell people Uguti, you know, joke with people that when you're struggling, trying to make it in Joburg, go to Sayikaya, Yolando Moti.
Yeah,
So you could.
you. That caused a lot of problems. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Well,
crazy.
I was about to say, Uguti, you don't need Lumuti. So like now, so Landumuti for what now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, almost for peace, probably. Just, you know, for just to be like, you know what I mean? Be happy in the space that I'm in and keep it consistent. If I had to get hormones, that's what that's what I'd get
Tomorrow, what you want Blxckie to become?
on
Maybe I should
tomorrow.
present. Tomorrow, you want Blxckie to become. Dot, dot, dot.
Tomorrow, I want Blackie to come. Yeah, that's actually a difficult one. Or maybe I already mentioned it, just like an impactful global, South African artist for sure. I feel like I'm not on my way. Um, but yeah, that's where I'm heading.
All right, yo. Thanks for coming to see us, Black.
Appreciate it.
You know what it is.
Yeah. On the last interview, what did we do? Was it like the next 5 years or next 10 years?
I think we must have done the next 5 years. Yeah,
Was it five or was it
yeah,
10? Five.
5.
Oh, so then how many? It's like 2 years left now.
No,
No?
no, no. We got like, so that was in 2021 May. So it's 2022. I don't want to rap or do anything in front of the, like, do my maths wrong. There's lurkers like Abumpola, you know what I mean? You know, yeah, it's like, it's almost like 3.5 years almost, three and a
Yeah.
half years.
So
We're
you're
going to
almost
four.
there. So
Yeah.
you're gonna just like, it's okay. Whatever you said, is it happening right now?
Now, this is why I'm asking, where are we going?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Now
you
for
know what I mean?
sure, for
So,
sure.
so
I
we're
just
putting,
it put me on the clock right now.
you know what I mean? Put you on the clock right now. Global, impactful musical superstar
For sure, for sure. That's where we going.
and a super dad.
To the ear. Most importantly, a super dad to the most beautiful daughter. Hold on, I need to do this. Because if I don't do it, I'm gonna be mad at myself. I've been thinking about it this whole time. Dog, why Kamel and Dwana fits?
Oh, are you thinking of A-Reece's brother?
Yeah.
Whoa, let's just, oh, wait, they're the only cadence. Cadence.
Cadence.
Cadence.
Yo, Kid Cadence. Shout out to you, my brother. I appreciate it. I was just, it's hard. It's a long day. It's an early morning. I just didn't. But shout out to Kid Cadence. Everyone should tap in. He's like, one of the dopest rappers coming up, in my opinion. So check him out.
Cadence, you made this man stop. I don't believe you're still thinking of that. Like,
I was like, because I wanted to say like, before the interview, and then like, oh no, his name is Cadence, but then I couldn't remember his name, but yeah, it's whatever, dog.
yo,
Shout out.
Kid Cadence. Now he's not gonna.
Yeah, now no one's gonna.
Now no one's
yeah.
there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're nobody till somebody forgets you and then remembers you. What up, Kid Cadence? We're out here. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks
Shout
for
out,
coming through,
bro.
my brother.
I appreciate you.
Good luck for everything. Love seeing you shine.
Appreciate that, brother.
Yes, sir.
Broadcast live